Hey, Jason, it was 35-17 that fourth quarter. Just, what did you see during that stretch?
Yeah, I think when you look at the start of that fourth quarter, we turned the ball over twice. We missed some layups. We had some great looks, and they capitalized. Points off the turnovers was extremely high for us tonight. So we got to go back and look at that. We got to take care of the ball, but we put ourselves in a position, to win that game going into the fourth.
Mike?
Offensively, you guys had 16 three-pointers tonight. That's the season high. Just what did you see that was working for you guys out there from the perimeter?
Well, I thought, just being able to drive the ball. We played fast, and I thought the guys did a great job of relocating and finding an open guy. We took 45 of them. We took 45 of them. A lot of them were wide open. So we felt like we left some on the table there tonight. And if we could have made a couple more, maybe it's a little bit different going into the fourth quarter.
Go ahead in the middle.
Jason, it was a great first three quarters you have. That last quarter, of course, outscored 35-17. How much did it impact not having players like Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and of course, Gafford being on minute restriction?
Yeah, I think in this league, you got to play with the guys that you have. And for three quarters, we put ourselves in a position to win that game. Unfortunately, there in the fourth, they dominated the paint. They got the turnovers, and they capitalized off our turnovers. And we missed some shots that we normally make. Give them credit. They were good in that fourth quarter. We have to be better. And so it's hard to win in this league, and we just came up short. But a lot of good things, being shorthanded, we never use as an excuse. You play with the guys that you have, and the guys tonight played their heart out.
Any other questions for Coach? Over here, standing on the right.
Thank you, Coach. Tough night. How's the feeling playing here on Mexico City, being the visitor on the paper, but having the crowd on your side?
Yeah, I think being able to play international basketball is always big, and for the NBA to come to Mexico City is something that they've been doing. The Mavs have been a part of that, and like you said, we did have the crowd, behind us tonight. That fourth quarter, we just couldn't do anything right, so we got to go back and look at that quarter so we can get better.
Fifth row in the center.
Hi, Coach. Could you talk to us about D'Lo's leadership, not only scoring-wise, but also we saw him talking to his teammates, both offensive and defensive-wise?
Yeah, when you talk about D'Lo's tonight, he was great on both ends. And you bring up his leadership, just his communication skills. We need that, and he kept us organized, and he benefited from being organized tonight. He was big offensively. He knocked down some shots for us, but just his talk of trying to help the other four out on the floor was huge tonight.
Over here on the right side, sixth row.
Hi, Coach. The truth is that AD often gets injured, so is like there any game plan to try to fight against that, and how much affected his absence tonight?
Yeah, when you talk about AD, he's one of the best players in the world, and he couldn't play tonight. So we're professionals. We got other guys that have to pick up the load, and we did that for three quarters tonight. Hopefully AD's back sooner than later, but if he is out, we got to continue to find a way to win.
Mike, right here up front on one, right here in front.
I know we talked about the altitude before the game. Just how much of that was a factor, and what did you see from Cooper? It seemed like he was breathing a little heavy throughout the game.
Yeah, I think everybody was breathing heavy, even the officials. The altitude is real, and so I thought the guys did a great job. Gaffer on a minute restriction, I thought he did a good job in his first couple minutes. But yeah, I think a lot of guys in that locker room are tired, because they played extremely hard. On both ends, and with the altitude, you should be tired. And so, not just Cooper, but everybody.
Last question, left center.
Hola, Coach. Buenas noches. ¿Con qué te quedarías de la experiencia de este viaje a la Ciudad de México y qué es lo que contarías llegando a casa de todo lo que pasó aquí?
Hi.
What?
Hi, Coach. Good evening.
Oh, okay.
So, what would you keep as an experience about all the night tonight, and what would you take home and talk about when you get home about the overall experience tonight?
Yeah, I thought the experience was incredible. You know, take the win-loss out of the equation. The atmosphere, the fans were great for both teams. The venue is a beautiful arena, and so being able to play here is special, and it means a lot to us former players to be able to see the game grow. And so, again, the altitude is something that we don't really have a lot in the United States, Denver and Utah, but this definitely is home court advantage for the G League team that plays here. But the passion and the fans, the knowledge of the game was on display tonight.